vlogs. Hello, it is a new day, and I don't know if you've noticed, but I have a new bookshelf, and I'm also filming on a brand new camera. Woohoo! In my last vlog, I don't know what my hair is doing today. All right, we're just gonna let it go. In my last vlog, I mentioned that I was getting a new camera that I have been saving up for a little while, and I finally hit my goal and was able to purchase it. I've been saving up since probably September or October of last year, so it's been a hot minute, but I'm super excited because this camera is super tiny and it'll allow me to kind of film outside of my house. But anyways, today is Saturday, and I'm just super excited because I got a new camera, a new bookshelf, and I'm just like ready to get back into reading and vlogging. So I just got a brand new bookshelf right there. Oh, you guys remember these old guys over here? So I have 1, 2, 3, and now 4 bookshelves, and this whole wall is officially just books. A table over there, and all those books that were on that table are now on this bookshelf. And let me just give you a closer view of this, but pretty much this whole bookshelf is entirely unread books, which sounds terrible, or at least not the whole bookshelf, just like the top 2. So this is kind of like my shelf that I go to when I'm looking for a new book, which is what I'm gonna do right now. Update, I currently have 1, 2, okay, let me see. I have this much left to read of A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab, and this book is so stinking amazing, you guys. Like, I cannot, like, okay, so it's been a while since I've read about a new sort of magic system that is just so unique and so cool, and I just am in love with this book. It's a 10 out of 10 book, absolutely. It definitely lived up to the hype, and it is definitely worth the read. And I have the second book, A Conjuring of Light, on my shelf over there somewhere. So I don't know like how this book is gonna end. If it ends to where I feel like I cannot wait and need to read the second book, I will jump right into the second book. And if not, there is a book on my shelf that I really want to read. Book right here, There's Someone Inside Your House by Stephanie Perkins. I have been waiting to read this book since it came in the mail that one day. I have been wanting to read this book so bad, and it's so short, and I feel like I can finish it very quickly. So I'm gonna try it and read this today, but I don't know, you know how some books end and you just can't move on with your life until you read every other book in the series. That might be this series, so we'll see how that goes. I was up until 3 a.m. last night because I've been catching up on the show Grownish. If you guys watch the show, it's hilarious and it's so accurate because I'm in college right now, and everything that the main character is experiencing is just like, oh, maybe not the drugs part, but everything else. I have a lot of work to do for Monday, but I'm gonna push it off till tomorrow. But the one thing that I have to do today is I have to spend probably like 4 hours rewriting my Japanese notes. So today is gonna be like Nihongo no Yobi is gonna be like a Japanese day. I'm gonna read, study Japanese, read. For anyone who doesn't know, Japanese is my minor, and a lot of people are really curious about that. So just like real quick backstory, the reason why I'm studying Japanese is because where I'm from Hawaii. Like, I heard it spoken a lot, and it's always been a language that I wanted to learn. And I used to be able to completely understand it when I was younger, but I kind of lost it. So anyways, yeah, that's why I'm studying Japanese. A lot of people think that I'm really into anime, which is not like a bad assumption because a lot of people in my class are like really into anime. Personally, like, I cannot get into anime. I've tried, but like for me, it's just, I've just always wanted to learn how to speak the language. And then I self-studied for probably like a year and a half before going into college. So like the first quarter of Japanese was super easy for me, you guys. Like, I could have tested into a higher level, but I didn't. And so like I didn't have to study. Like, I didn't do anything. It was just like, it was a breeze. Now I'm in the second quarter and we're getting like into new grammar concepts, and it's becoming very hard. Like, I'm kind of like upper beginner, and I'm kind of transitioning into like lower intermediate, and it's really challenging. And it's like, you know, I've had some days where I just want to like cry and be like, I cannot understand this, why? We are just progressing so fast in my class. Like, every week we have a new test, every week we have a new quiz. We started writing essays in Japanese, and it's just like, oh. And if I was only like taking this Japanese class and that's all I had to focus on, I would be like on it. But because I'm like in 3 other classes, and I'm also trying to balance like work and just like all this stuff, it makes it harder. So I'm kind of like trying to find a new routine to help me study and And so yeah, for any language learners out there, I would love your advice because I'm trying to figure out how to, I don't know, just balance everything. Anyways, all right, first order of business though, I'm going to go and finish this book because I need to know how it ends. Like, I literally stopped last night at a really pivotal, I stopped reading books, or like I'll put down the book right in the middle of like an action scene. Like, I have no problem doing that, and it's the funniest thing because then it's like I have to go back to the beginning of that chapter to like get back into like the like sort of mood of things. Anyways, let's start reading. Just finished A Darker Shade of Magic. Oh my god, this book was so good. The way the author ended this book, it was like a happy ending, but also you could tell where she left like little unfinished open-ended things. One character in this book did something in the end that I was just like, oh no, 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 this is not a good idea. You're just it was a total setup for the next book. I'm like, yeah, this is not like, no, this is a bad decision that's gonna have repercussions come the second book. So good overall, an absolute 10 out of 10 book. Like, if you want, like, the reason why I love this book so much is because like I said before, like the magic system is so unique. I just like the whole concept of there just being like these parallel worlds that are connected via magic but aren't exactly the same, but different versions of each other. It's hard to explain. Like, it took me about 30 pages to get into this book because at first it was like a little bit confusing. I was like, what is going on? You know, this is totally new. But once you get 30 pages in, you're like, oh my god, this is amazing. What is the second book called? Hold on, let me go grab it. The second book is A Gathering of Shadows. A Conjuring of Light is the third book, which I don't have. I only have the second book. I am going to take a little break. As much as I want to read the second book, like, this book is just calling to me right now, and it is so short, and I honestly think I can finish it tonight. It is currently 6:12 p.m. and I decided that I'm just going to like wake up early tomorrow and get all of my Japanese homework and studying done then, because honestly this whole week I haven't had a day off. I've just been studying and doing schoolwork every single day, and usually I do that all the way through the weekends, but I really want to just like spend today catching up on reading, and I think it's a good way to like reset my mind before I get back into studying. Otherwise I just don't want to burn myself out with just how much work I've been putting into studying and not actually like taking time, you know, self-care to like read and relax and stuff like that. So for the rest of the evening I am just going to finish There's Someone Inside Your House. My goal is to finish this book tonight. Let me see how many pages are in this first of all before I go and set, you know, some goals. Okay, so there is, oh my god, so there's only like 270 pages in this book. I can read that in like 3 hours. So it is 6, 7, 8, 9. Come 9 p.m. Let's see if I can finish this book by like 9 p.m. I feel like I'm doing like a readathon even though it's not a readathon. Should we get another cup of coffee? Yeah, I think we need another cup of coffee. Okay, let's go get coffee. I have returned with coffee. A Snickers bar, because I need a little chocolate in my life today. I haven't had my chocolate fix, you know. I had some grapes and some, we just need Snickers. I am going to check my emails and possibly go on Book Outlet, you know, just to, not to buy books, just to like skim. I'm going to sip on this coffee and live my best life, and then we'll get to that book. 12 pages into this book, and this main character's name is Makani, and I'm like, that sounds like Hawaiian. Like, that's, what? Then, all of a sudden, Makani zipped up her hoodie, shivering. Her school in Kailua Kona was always warm. The air had smelled like flowers and coffee and fruit, and it had tasted as salty as the Pacific. A book with a Hawaiian main character, my soul! Ah! I'm Hawaiian, by the way, so like, represent, you know, represent. I was super surprised, and now I'm really scared that my girl's gonna die because this name, the title of this book is called There's Someone Inside Your House, and I want my character to live now because she's Hawaiian. I'm a little biased, but okay, I'm gonna finish reading this book now. I've only been reading for like 3 minutes. I'm like 12 pages in, so I will update you when we get to like 50 pages, 100 pages, somewhere around there. Okay, so I just finished. I'm currently on page 97 of this book. It is so good. The characters are amazing. Like, literally the book starts off in the middle of like, okay, I don't want to spoil you, but it just starts off like immediately like with an action scene. So it's not one of those books that's just like, oh, here's a bunch of backstory and then we get into it. It's like, no, you're diving in head first, and it's so good. Oh my god. Our main character, okay, like I said, I'm a little biased. So she's from Hawaii, and so there's this whole backstory with her. She lives in Nebraska now, and she's been there for about a year. She's living with her grandmother, but she's originally from Hawaii, and something happened that made her decide to leave and live with her grandmother. So she kind of has this like secret, mysterious past that she's hiding from everyone, and I want to know what it is already, but like I think I kind of know, but like I don't really know. Anyways, the book started off where someone in her school was just murdered, like really brutally murdered, and so now they're just all kind of freaking out. And you know, this book is called There's Someone Inside Your House, so based off the synopsis, there's going to be a continuing amount of murders going on with people in her school, but so far there's been one, and it's like, we're just kind of getting like, we're being introduced to a lot of characters or a lot of new people, and every time we get introduced to someone, I'm like, yep, they're definitely the murderer. Oh, it's this person. No, it's this person. And then it's just, it's so good. It reminds me a lot of Chain Letter by Christopher Pike. So if any of you have read Chain Letter, this book reminds me of this book a lot, but in it, like, not like in like a copying sort of way, but just in that like, okay, so it takes place at a school, there's some stuff going on, but Chain Letter was written way back in like the 80s, I think, way back in the 80s. My mom's gonna hate me for saying way back in the 80s. But anyway, so if you like Chain Letter by Christopher Pike, I would highly recommend this one. So far, it's pretty good. Before I go, I wanted to tell you guys a new challenge that I'm gonna be doing. So I decided come February, I'm gonna start, my goal is gonna be to reread one book every month. And I have just like, you guys constantly hear me talk about like how I just want to reread books, but then I just feel like, oh, I have so many new books, so then I just read the newer books and I don't ever go back and read the books that I just really love. So anyway, starting in February, I'm going to be rereading books. The first book I'm going to plan on rereading is Shatter Me by THERES, my favorite book in the entire world, because the 4th book comes out in March, and I just cannot believe, like, it feels like just yesterday THERES announced that she's going to be writing through her books, and I don't know, I am 100% going to vlog my experience reading that book. I can promise you it'll be the most emotional, like, heart-wrenching vlog you will ever watch, because like this series is my heart and soul. So anyways, I plan on rereading that. I'm currently gonna pause reading this and read a chapter of The Dream Feast, because this is what I'm currently rereading, and it is just as amazing as when I first read it. If you guys remember, I reread The Raven Cycle, or The Raven Boys, last month, or was it in December? It was recently. So I'm continuing with this, and then once I finish this, I will then start Shatter Me come February, which is like next week. Oh my god. I haven't reread, fun fact, I've reread the first book of Shatter Me, I want to say like close to 6 or 7 times, and I have never reread the 2nd or 3rd book, and it's gonna be so, oh, you guys are just have to wait to see. I'm gonna vlog everything, but it's gonna be an emotional experience. But anyways, this book is fantastic, and yeah, I'm gonna take a break and read this one and then edit this vlog, because I'm gonna try and get it up by Sunday. Hopefully, if you're watching this and it's Sunday, then that means I hit my goal. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, keep reading, and I'll see you next time. Bye!